Hi, it's Jude here at Kent Golf Club Repairs. Hope you're well. Right, so I thought I'd put a little video out to show you around the workshop. I've done a couple of these, but I've sort of got it how I want it now. Had a few sort of updates. Everything's sort of laid out as I'd need it. A few new bits, and just thought I'd walk you around and show you what I get up to in here. Hope you enjoy. If you've got any questions, then comment below. Watch it until the end because there's a chance for you to learn something. Enjoy. Like and share this video on your feed, and you'll be entered into a draw to win some grips to be put on your irons. You can do a full set. Okay, so this is the view from the entrance to the workshop. So there we go, there's a look around. Got the various golf shafts on the wall. Okay, TV in the corner of the website. Load it up. There we go. Yeah, so you can get hold of me through the website www.kentgolfclubrepairs.com, or obviously contact me through Facebook. So let's go through. So we have the computer. So the computer is good for sort of looking up specs and invoicing and printing out labels at the end. So it's just a useful tool that we've got here. Right, so we've got our graphite shaft remover. This is the here. So the golf club, the shaft goes in here, and then it clamps, and this pulls the shaft off when you apply the heat gun on the air to graphite. Otherwise, flame's too aggressive on it, and you don't want it melting. Let's go on to the shaft frequency analyzer. So the golf shaft goes in there. You put a weight on the end, and you give it a twang, and the CPM cycles per minute comes up on the machine, and you can find out shaft flex by looking at the various charts here. Okay, so there's my printer for labels. This is a spine tool which I don't really use now because I've got a load machine, but used to put the golf club in there and give it a spin, and it would find spine. But like I said in my previous videos, I think it only finds one sort of side of the spine. It doesn't find the actual spine, which is why I now use a load machine. So we're now gone to the swing weight machine. So this is a digital swing weight machine. It's calibrated a lot, so it's very accurate. Measures the swing weight of the golf clubs. Swing weight in my opinion is sort of underlooked, especially in fitting, as I've talked about recently. So I think the swing weight should be custom fitted as well as loft and line, shaft, etc. Sometimes isn't noted, but I do. Okay, and then we go on to, this is a little heater, so it's got a little temperature gauge, and it's set for sort of just over 15 minutes. So the glue I use is ready to use in sort of 15 minutes. I always sort of leave it half an hour, and then if you can leave it longer the better, but generally the glue is dry and ready to use. We then go on to I go on to these, probably the most used things, knives, Stanley knives. So hook blades, when you try and get grips off, is a must. Don't choose one of these, you end up damaging the shaft or yourself. Always use a hook blade. Secure it into a vise and try not to cut yourself. This is a hot melt gun, so this is to use to change the swing weight in wood. So you put the hot melt inside the metal head, and you can also be used for changing the sound of a wood. If you think your wood is too loud, this can be applied inside the head to help dull the sound a little bit or change the sound. And it's also good for if you've got something rattling inside the head, not the shaft, but inside the head, you can't get out, you can pop this in there, and it never dries hard. It always remains tacky, so you can get that rattle to stick to that, and it's pretty good. Okay, then on to this thing is every repair I do, if the clubs are cleaned and sealed, so it's sort of COVID safe and everything's clean, so no contamination, just to make sure you guys feel safe. Two sets of scales. These little ones only go up to 200 grams, so these are for sort of measuring tip weights, how much lead and stuff, and how much glue I put into a head. And this one's for measuring the club head, so it goes up a lot higher, but you know, over 200 grams for a driver head generally, so I need to use this one, it will max out on that one. Fishing wire, so fishing wire is something I use because obviously when you're gluing heads, sometimes you need to line up the shaft to the spine if I'm spining it, so fishing wire can be used to make it a little bit more of a snug fit while you're adjusting it. And you can also dry build using it, so you can sort of get the head on and you don't have to apply any glue, and you can sort of build it and swing weight it. Got various battery packs and various drill bits. These up here are tools that I use quite a lot. Okay, so scissors and pliers and cutters and stuff, they just stay up there. And various tip trimming charts. And I obviously need some protein bars. But yeah, I've got those up there. There's a little chart to sort of find out what golf shafts are similar to other shafts. We've got a load machine here, so the golf club pings underneath here, goes through the load meter and then goes underneath the end here, and then we load it up and we can find out where the spine is. I've done a video so you can have a look on YouTube at that one. Various tip weights for when we swing weight. Okay, there's a few different ones in there. Okay, there's some more glue. There's a couple of syringes of glue, so my favourite is Scotch Weld 3M, or 3M Scotch Weld 810, really good stuff. Never had a problem with that, never fails. Go on here, we've got various fells, some coloured ones, some more ones. Okay, elastic bands are always good. There's some more fells. There's some tungsten powder, and there's some more up there, along with some lead powder. Ruler and a knife. 2 drills. Use 2 drills. We never have enough, and obviously spare battery packs over there. Talk to you about one. Tissues, always good. It always gets messy in here. Right, and I've got my chop saw. So I use this when I'm building golf clubs and I need to chop loads of shafts. It's a bit more durable than the other one I'm going to show you in a second. So put the shafts in there. You can line them up, and there's 1/2 inch measurements in conjunction with these 1/2 inch blocks. So you can measure one, and then these go down. They all get 1/2 inch. It's a nice, quick way of doing it. So there's a few sort of various things under here. PTFE board, so mix my glue on here, it never sticks, so I let it dry and I can peel it off and use it again. Just much better to use than I used to use scorecards, and it wastes a lot of paper. Okay, on to that's the blowtorch to help get the golf clubs off. There's a little sander here, masking tape, sellotape, packing tape. Here's me stamps and my club stamping. They go into the club stamper here, and you can personalise your wedges or your irons. Up here is the putter loft and lie machine, so that's do loft and lies on putters. And here is the pillar drill. So the pillar drill is used to clean out hosels and irons and woods. Very important to get the golf club in so everything's absolutely lined up, so you don't change the angle of the hosel and keep that nice and square. Here's the grinder, so that's to prepare steel shafts. Don't really use the sander too much, but it's there. There's some more drill bits. These are pretty good. These are much better than the other ones, so they're used in the pillar drill. Some more drill bits and some centre punches, bits and pieces. Obviously you've got the website up there. Okay, so onto the loft and line machine. So this is a loft and line machine, can do woods and irons. Pretty good bit of kit. I like using this. And then we've got the various colours of pens that we can use for filling in the stamps and making them different colours. Electric screwdriver, and there's an iPad up here, so I can get different specs up and stuff for golf club builds. So there's a handy little tool here. I use this for when I only really use it for one thing, and that's when I have a through bore, generally on Callaway through bores, and you have to clean up the end and get it nice and flush. So there's a nice little sanding bit at the end, and I can use that and then use a little bit of acetone, which is in here, to shine it all up again. Okay, up here, this is the sort of the end part of a ferrule station. So if I go down to this machine here, this is to do ferrule. So we've got a cloth belt, and obviously turn it on, and you can turn down a ferrule on here. There's a little bit here which is a really soft way of getting glue off the end of shafts, doesn't really damage anything. I think it's called a flap wheel, but yeah, really soft. It's not like sandpaper, it doesn't really damage anything. Once we've finished on this machine, we then go over and we grab a little bit of tissue that goes into the end there, pour a bit of acetone on there, golf club lies on there, and you turn it, and it just finishes off a ferrule really nicely. So this is another machine which is used a lot, so mainly used to cut graphite shafts. We can use steel in here, but it wears the blade down quite a bit. But yeah, to basically cut golf shafts. And there's another sanding belt that can prepare tips of shafts nicely. I sort of let it wear down a little bit because it's quite aggressive otherwise. There's a little buffing machine here, that's to sort of buff up golf clubs. The vise, which is used a lot, and this is to clamp shafts a little bit more securely than the rubber clamps which I normally use. We've got a measuring ruler here, so that's set for putters at the minute, but I can flip that round, and that's to set. You can now measure and lengths of golf clubs. Onto the gripping station, so there we go, the golf club goes in there, and it's for tray to catch the white spirit, goes down and collected. And here is the digital swing weight scale, so I'll just turn that on. Okay, so it's a really good way of accurately measuring changes that you make in golf clubs. So obviously once you set the golf club in there correctly, it gives you a reading, and that in conjunction with the other loft and line machine makes you can make some really exact adjustments on golf clubs. So always use the two together, not one by itself. Okay, I said various shafts up here, so we've got some KBS tour up there, there's some graphite KBS, some putter shafts. Popular shaft is a UST 60ish as a replacement driver or fairway shaft, well, driver shaft that is. I got the Acra I series in there. And up here there's some more, so what have we got here? So there's an Oban, Tensi. There's some Hadidus up there, another Tensi up there. So there's a few shafts in stock just in case someone wants a quick repair. Right, okay, what else have I got to show you? Right, let's go into the drawers. So, what's in the drawers? So, this is where the mess is. So, I know where everything is, but they're the general tools. So, you've got lots of stuff in there, screwdrivers, files, anything really you need to have used and collected over the years. There's some more in there. So, these are sort of bar for putters. Hammer, we used to use them a lot, don't use them very often. There's a bending bar for the putter. Another one for a pattern machine. For the pattern loft and lies, there's a rod to help get grips off. There's another tool to get small adjustments. This is a very handy tool. So this, you can gauge what tip size you've got. So taper 0.335, that's on 355, let me get that right. So that's a taper, this is a wood. Taper, there's a powered out iron shaft. Okay, I don't normally see these two. And then you can do some tipping, and these are your butt. You measure the grip sizes, so you measure 2 inches down, I think it is, from the top of the grip, and that'll give you a grip size standard. So if you're putting tape on, or if I'm putting tape on, I can check if I put 2 layers on whether it is actually mid-size or not. So lots of little things in there. Okay, and then we go on to some more bits and pieces. Right, down here are some grips. So we've got grips and stuff in there. Down here we've got shafts and cloths in there. Various bits and pieces in here. Some gloves to protect my hands. Okay, I think that's pretty much most of it. Oh yeah, so here we go, there's another one. So I measure golf clubs. You got a set, I think it's 60 degree, I think that's set at 60. But you pop the golf club in, measure the length of it all the way along, and you then pick out the butt of the golf club. So generally I measure, if I'm doing a whole set, I measure raw length without a grip, and then I put the grip on. Doesn't make too much of a difference as long as the whole set's done the same. you can normally take off a couple of 1/16ths off the end if you want the total length to be the exact length. Really depends on what you prefer, but like I said, if the whole set's done the same, it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed having a look round. I've probably missed out a couple of bits, there's so much stuff in here. But there we go, I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, please comment below. I'm just going to go on to talking about the competition. So there's a little draw. If you can like and share this video, like I said, there's everything is bagged up at the end of this. So cleaned and bagged, so we go into bags like that, and it's sealed with a heat seal in here, and then there's a label that is put on to the machine. Okay, and this is what we do. So just press the button up there, and then a label should come out of this little machine. There we go. Get that off. Okay, so I would like you to be into the draw to win a set of grips. You can like and share this video onto your timeline, and everyone who has done that will be entered into a draw, and I will draw it. I'll give it a couple of weeks to gather momentum, hopefully. But yeah, so please like and share it onto your timeline, and you'll be entered into that draw. Thanks for watching. Any questions, leave me a comment. Right, thank you for watching. Hopefully you got all the way to this bit and you found out about the competition. So remember, like and share this video, and you'll be entered into a draw to have your cubs regripped. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.